Okay, so the only reason, if I could have only one thing to talk about in this video, like the only reason our long distance relationship is working is because Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I will be doing a long distance relationship advice video. I've had some family and some friends and some friends of friends ask me for some tips and tricks because a lot of people were used to seeing their significant every day, but because of Corona, they were just forced to separate. And so I'm here to help you guys with some tips and tricks on how to make a long distance relationship work. So a little bit about my long distance relationship. I am in the Philadelphia area and my boyfriend is in the military and he's stationed in Hawaii. So that is 5,000 miles apart and a 6-hour time difference. And at first it was very daunting and very scary, and everyone told us we should break up because it wasn't gonna work. But he's been there for a year now and I feel like we have a pretty good grip on things. So I'm just gonna tell you guys, just some little things that we do and how we make it work. Okay, so the only reason, if I could have only one thing to talk about in this video, like the only reason our long distance relationship is working is because we have based our relationship on the love of Christ. God is the center, He is the foundation of our relationship. And honestly, that is the only way that a relationship can endure, that time apart or that distance. Sometimes people base their relationships off of a common interest like playing video games or music, or they base their relationship on, I don't know, what else? Like maybe their love of like movies or food, or sometimes people even build their relationship off of lust. None of those things are substantial enough to last the distance and the time that the time in between you guys are not going to see each other. So God's love knows no distance, it knows no bounds, it doesn't know a time difference. God doesn't stop loving you because you are a 3-hour drive away. And so His love is the source for our love. And so His love is unconditional. And something about long distance relationships is that it is like a mirror image kind of, not to say that our love is as great as Christ loves us, because you love your significant other, but God loves them so much more. So, but it just kind of shows you the grace of God's love. It shows you that He'll never leave you, and that He'll just love you just limitlessly. And so I feel like that's something about long distance, is we really see the love of Christ through our relationship. Also, before he left, it was very scary and it was very daunting, but we just prayed about it. We prayed for each other, we prayed for the relationship in general, and we just prayed that God would, like I said, fill that space and just fill both of us with love. Another thing about long distance relationships is if you're not married, even and you're dating, you're still technically single. And while we are single, we should use this time to work on our purpose. And so something about long distance is, it kind of removes the distraction. Your boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever, they can be a big distraction sometimes. And I feel like God separated me, and my boyfriend's name is Aaron. God separated me and Aaron so that He could work on both of us separately. In the time that we've been separated, our faith has grown. We realize that we can no longer depend on each other, and I feel like in a lot of times, people become so dependent and so reliant on their significant other for joy and for happiness and for peace, but really only God can fulfill that. And so when Aaron left, I was like, how am I gonna, I was so confused on how I was gonna get through school, how was I going to get through life without this person who I thought was my biggest support. But once he left, God told me, hey, lean on me, I am here for you. And so like I said, and ever since we've been long distance, both of us have grown in our faith as Christian men and Christian women. We've been walking in our purpose. We've been spending more time with God. And I can see how that has positively affected our relationship. During this time when you guys are apart, ask God to reveal to you, hey, what in me is Christ-like and what in me is not Christ-like? Because you guys aren't going to be long distance forever. And once you guys come together, you want to be the best that you can be. When you go into a relationship, it's not a lot. I feel like society tells us that your significant other will complete you. You know, oh, you always hear, oh, he's my other half, he's my better half, but that's not true. The only person that can complete us is God. And so during that time, God is working to fill us up and to build us to be whole. So that way, when you come together with your significant others, and instead of just two halves or even two wholes, it's three wholes. It's you, your significant other, and Christ. And that actually allows for such a strong foundation. So that's just something for me. The only reason that our long distance relationship is working is because we trust in God and we give God all the glory, all the honor. He is the source of our love, the source of our happiness, and yeah. Second piece of advice, and it makes long distance much more manageable, is to have goals. Short-term and long-term goals. So short-term goals, I'll explain this first. Short-term goals would be the next time you guys are going to see each other. So when you have an actual date placed and when you have those plane ticket bought, that makes that next time you were going to see each other a lot more tangible, because you know the number of days, the number of weeks, the number of months before you're going to see each other, versus just kind of having a general idea and not really knowing. But I'm telling you, if you have a set date and a set time, it makes it go by a lot faster. But something about Corona, and that's Corona causes a lot of uncertainty. We were supposed to see each other in June, so that was supposed to be 3 months before we would see each other, but because of Corona, we're not going to see each other till August. So that's 5 months, the longest time that we've ever been apart. But that's okay, because you know, we were like, all right, we'll just move the goal, and we have another set date. And I mean, I'm praying that date doesn't get changed, but if it does, you know, you just want to have that date, something tangible that makes it seem, that time in between, seem less overwhelming. The next piece of advice would be to have a long-term goal. Now, long distance is not something someone wants to be in forever. I mean, it's not awful, but it's not the most fun thing to do every day. You know, you want another goal. So have a general idea of, okay, once I'm done this, or once you're done school, or once I finish doing this training or whatever, then long distance will end. So think about the future, because if you're not thinking about the future, then it's gonna make long distance seem hard. And long distance isn't hard because the conversation is boring or because all you can really do is talk. That's not why long distance is hard, because if you love the person, then you'll just want to spend time with them in general. Long distance is hard because you miss that person, because you do love them so much. And that feeling can feel overwhelming, and it can lead to frustration and just a whole bunch of other emotions that might not come out. But at the end of the day, it's just missing the person. And that's what makes long distance hard. But with these tips and tricks, I mean, you'll still miss them, but it will help you focus on the other things. The next thing that I have for you guys is intentionality. So you guys have to be really intentional with your time. When you guys are physically together, it's not that hard to try to be intentional because you're physically like with each other. So it's like if you're with someone, you're gonna be intentional. At least I'd hope you're not just on your phone. So I would hope that you're intentional, but you need to set a schedule. Me and Aaron, we talk every day. It's not always a full 2-3 hour conversation, because there's not enough time in the day for that. If you're working and he's working, if you're in school and they're in school or whatever, there's not always enough time for that. But you at least need to carve out, I'd say, a good half an hour just to talk. And when you guys are talking, do not have each other on pause the whole time, because as humans, we think we can multitask, but we can never give two things our undivided attention. We can never give Instagram and our boyfriend and girlfriend the same amount of attention. One is gonna get less than the other, and I guarantee it's probably Instagram getting more of the attention. Or if it's not Instagram, you cannot play 2K and have your girlfriend on FaceTime. I hate when Aaron does that. That is my biggest pet peeve. You cannot do that. Just call me back later, because you're just wasting my time. But try to be really intentional with your time. So make a schedule. For us, we usually, let's say I'm in school and he's in work, then we'll have this like 1 hour window where I'm coming back from school and he's about to go to work, and that usually works. It really depends. And the thing about schedules is it's okay to be flexible, but make them consistent at the same time. Let's say he gets off at 5 o'clock over there, which is 11 here, and I don't want to be up all night because I'm a student, so I usually have something to, like, class in the morning. So we'll talk from 11 to 11:30 at the minimum. And then let's say it's weekends, you know, he doesn't have work, I don't have work, we'll talk all day. Now we just want that baseline, and then you can build from there. Also, the opposite is true. Sometimes, you know, sometimes he'll stay at work late, or sometimes I'll just be too tired to just try to stay up and talk. So literally, sometimes a 5-minute conversation is good enough just to say, hey, how are you? Miss you. And I love you. And that's it. So like I said, you want to make that time. You want to be intentional with your time. Carve that time out to speak to them. And just make sure that that's somewhere included in your day. Okay, I think my final piece of advice, because I don't want this video to be super long, is to have fun with it. Now, like I said, if you have that long-term goal, then this will be the only time in your relationship, hopefully, prayfully, that you guys really ever have to do this. And you'll look back on it and be like, wow, I can't believe I made it through. I personally believe that long distance has made us so much stronger and so much closer. Like, if the only thing you can do is talk, you learn so much about that person. Have fun. Now, all your conversations have to be deep and meaningful. Sometimes you guys could watch the same TV show on Netflix. You could do it through Netflix watch party, or you could just, like, we just count down on our, like, TV screens. Just play and we watch a show at the same time. We read books together. We read Michael Todd's relationship goals book. It was so good. Michael Todd, I feel like we have learned so much from this series, and it has helped us so much. I will link his sermons down below. You can watch them on YouTube. But sometimes there's games you can get online. We go out to eat together, Sometimes he'll get Dairy Queen and I'll get Dairy Queen, and we'll eat it at the same time. And, you know, intentional, so no one's paused. We're just eating it like you're with the other person. Or for Valentine's Day, we had a dinner date and we both ordered sushi, and I just sat him across the table, he sat me across the table, and it was Valentine's Day. Make it fun. Send each other little gifts. Sometimes I get flowers. Oh, you guys want to see my flowers? Sometimes I randomly get flowers. Well, this one wasn't random because it was our anniversary. But yeah, send each other little packages, send each other you know, care packages, send each other flowers. I personally love that. It just makes my day. Or sometimes, like, just do cute little things. Or sometimes I'll just randomly buy him, like, pizza or whatever he wants, whatever food he's craving that day. And so making it fun makes it better. Or you can go for walks together. You know, you go for a walk, he goes for a walk, you guys are both getting some exercise. And so I just think that long distance, it can seem so daunting and it can seem so intimidating. If you trust in God, if you have some short-term and long-term goals, if you guys make a schedule and are intentional with your time, and if you guys just have fun with it, then it's totally doable. Alright, so like I said, I want this video to be super short. Make sure you guys comment down below if you guys are in a long distance relationship, or like how many miles apart are you guys, how many hours apart are you guys. Let me know. I love talking about these kind of things. Also, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe. Put some video suggestions down below because I literally don't know what to make. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you guys real soon. Have a blessed day. Bye.